Kanye West has just deleted his ex account after his tweets defending Diddy and confessing that he hits women went viral. Kanye just said that he controls his wife and Diddy shouldn't go to jail just for abusing women. Is Bianca Censori really being abused, and what is her connection to K's recent lawsuit?
Okay, so I thought Kodak was in Miami. I see he's in Atlanta. So I'm gonna fly down to Atlanta right now and do something. So anybody that's already down in Atlanta that knows him and knows him enough. I know I said rappers and all that, but right now I need y'all, man, to like really go and do something. Like you can't. I know y'all think I'm crashing out and shit, but you see me talking, I'm expressing myself. I'm cathartic and shit. And look, man, please don't. I know I said a lot of shit, man. Just let me go down there and go help this man out. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna be down there. I'm about to get my flight right now.
Just a few days ago, Kanye started tweeting about how Diddy should be set free and how he was going to talk to Donald Trump and get a presidential pardon for Puffy. Kanye and Diddy go way back, and in 2021 Kanye even called Diddy his idol and best friend, saying that he still went to Diddy for advice. Keep in mind that all of this was after Kanye made racist and sexist remarks. Now Kanye is saying that Diddy being sent to jail is part of a bigger conspiracy. Interestingly, Kanye and Diddy have also had issues. Back in 2022, Diddy actually responded to Kanye and talked about his We Lives Matter t-shirt on The Breakfast Club.
And then I was going to put out these t-shirts today, Kanye and nothing. And then Kanye, my boy. Kanye, my boy.
Now this is where he need the OG talk.
Kanye, my boy.
White Lives Matter.
Kanye, my boy, is a super free thinker. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times what he means is like misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes just, you know,
you gotta stop making excuses for him.
Yeah, no. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that if he did it, like, that's the way he thinks. And so, you know, and I understand white lives do matter, but it's not that. That was our slogan. That wasn't our slogan to go share with nobody else. And so that's the only message. We don't have to condemn Kanye or cancel him. We don't have to go crazy. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you gotta understand, like, your actions, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like we can't be tone deaf, you know what I'm saying, as a people. And so to me, it was very tone deaf. But I'm not condemning my brother, because I like him when he's a free thinker. But I just think that this time is the wrong time, because we don't need to get distracted. We really need to know what's going on besides Instagram. What's going on in our community.
Following Diddy's comments on his t-shirt, Kanye posted screenshots of his conversation with Diddy, where Kanye was telling Diddy to stay away from him despite the tension between Kanye and Diddy. Kanye is now defending Diddy, saying that every rapper in the industry hits women, and it's not that big a deal. In one tweet, Kanye even wrote, "Let me start by saying I am, and I have hit women before." Drake said Kendrick hit his girl, but that is not recorded on tape like the Puff video. "I am in La right now at the Four Seasons. I'm risking my life to tweet this, so walk with me." Drake says Kendrick hit his queen. The world sees Puff hit Cassie. Kendrick is at the Super Bowl. He also tweeted saying free Puff and all these celebrity, and as y'all will watch our brother rot and never say we all watch them try to cancel Chris Brown, and ain't nobody do nothing. I was then too Chris Brown. It's till the wheels fall off.
Of his tweets show he posted in all caps, free Puff. He then went on to post or tweet, "All these celebrity N-words and B-words is scared. Y'all will watch our brother rot and never say S." He went on to post, "I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl." He also tweeted posted that slavery is a choice, which of course got some backlash from other ex-users. But West seemed to double down as his rant continued with, "What you all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my accounts? F y'all N-words. Slavery is a choice. I am speaking my mind now. I ain't editing S again ever." And he later tweeted, "This man gave his life to us. This is my idol. This is my hero," seemingly referencing Sean Combs. And then there's this one, because he even announced a collaboration between himself and Sean Combs' fashion line, Sean John, saying that t-shirts would be made available on the Yeezy website, seemingly as a way to maybe raise money for Sean Combs or support Sean Combs as he's locked up in the NBC. And he also said that he and Combs would be splitting the profits 50-50, but later corrected himself, saying, I just found out that Puff is not allowed to make or collect money while he's locked up, so I'm going to send the half of the money to Justin, seemingly referring to Justin Dior Combs, Combs' son. By the way, the Daily Mail reports recently that both Justin and Christian Combs were seen arriving at the hotel that West was staying at in Los Angeles. Actually, it was reported they left carrying packages that contained clothing that was gifted to them by Kanye West. Again, this is according to the Daily Mail. This came, by the way, the same day that West apparently tweeted or posted, Puff is a way better dad than me, dad, and way better dad than me. Posted a photo of Combs on a red carpet with his children and said, I wish I had the relationship with my dad that Puff has with his kids. And West also tweeted over the weekend,
just for clarity, they're trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare N-words. I'm neither scared nor brave, this just me.
And by the way, Sean Combs' Instagram account shared the post about the collaboration, writing, thank you to my brother Ye. Back to the shirt. The blue shirt with the Sean John logo that was apparently put up, it really wasn't up there for long because it was reportedly eventually replaced by something else. Do you know what that was? A single white t-shirt with a black swastika on it, selling for $20.
Saying all of this after watching that disgusting video of Diddy violently beating Cassie is shocking. Diddy continuously lied about Cassie and said that she was just hungry for money. It was only after the video went viral that Diddy accepted his fault. Kanye West's actions are making everyone think that Kanye West might actually be abused Bianca. After all, who in their right mind would tweet that they hit women? As if all of this wasn't enough, Kanye even made fun of Cassie and added a hoodie to his website that had the same logo as the hoodie Cassie was wearing when Diddy beat her.
Put up a photo of Cassandra Ventura from that video next to a stock image of the hoodie that she's wearing, saying, the Love hoodie is available on his website. He also apparently wrote in another post, you have to truly be in love to get to the point of risking everything. Now, in another bizarre tweet post, West at one point over the weekend tweeted photos of Combs at the Grammys in 2000 with his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, and he captioned it, remember when J-Lo pulled up to the red carpet with my twin? Again, strange. Don't know what's leading him to post so much and talk so much about Sean Combs right now.
Reaction to the video on social media, mixed. Diddy saying he takes full responsibility for his actions. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards is live in Century City near the hotel where the assault occurred. Chelsea?
That's right, Susan. So this hotel has since been closed, but it has certainly become a big part of the conversation since that violent video was released on Friday. As you mentioned, now we are hearing from Sean Diddy Combs himself in a selfie-style apology. Up until now, he's denied all of the allegations against him. Now, lawyers for Ventura were quick to react to all of this, especially this apology video. They said Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. That he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words, end quote.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom. And I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. Disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. I had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
To make matters worse, Kanye West literally tweeted that he owns his wife. I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no wokeist feminist, sir. She's with a billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you domino, broke bars, or people say the red carpet look was her decision? Yes, I don't make her do nothing she doesn't want to, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval, you stupid awoke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living, cause no one living can fond with me. But I do love some people and I give them favor. Bianca Censori has always been an exhibitionist, but what she's doing now is definitely being pushed on her by Kanye.
Misogyny storm that he was using her as a puppet for his business and forcing her to strip off against her will. And he also, in this long stream of messages, addressed that and said how he basically owned her. However, she did want to do that and she was going along with it. And almost she should be grateful that she's with a billionaire instead of the majority of broke public. I think that's how he referred to everyone else. And why would she feel bad about acting in that way alongside him? But obviously that kind of pales a little bit compared to this kind of extreme racist rhetoric that he's now pushing on there. And it's hard to say whether he's having a kind of, he's unwell, having an episode, or if he's just trying to push controversy because he knows it's going to keep him in the limelight and get people talking, even for the wrong reasons. He doesn't really seem to care if people view him in a positive light anymore. He just wants people to be talking about him. A part of me thinks he feels he's too far above this for it to kind of taint him, and it's almost like a god complex of I will say what I want and I'm going to push the boundaries as far as I possibly can, and you can just watch me continue to kind of build my wealth, build my fame. On the other side of the coin, there is only so much you can do. Other people have been cancelled for far, far less than this. And it is true, Kanye does seem to have this bizarre ability to kind of navigate these controversial comments. It's almost as if it's only Kanye, therefore we won't take it too seriously, we'll let him go on. And his business has still been flourishing. He was anti-Semitic in 2022. Many people thought that would see him kind of, at least from a business perspective, drop off, but it wasn't the case. And he might even feel empowered, emboldened by that period to give it another go and even come out with, as we've seen overnight, some increasingly shocking statements. He's asking Donald Trump to basically free Sean Combs from jail where he's currently locked up awaiting trial for racketeering and sex trafficking. That trial is going to happen in May, so he's hoping now the new president will intervene, get him out of jail and make him a free man. Obviously Kanye and Donald Trump go back a few years now. He endorsed the president when he was elected first time round and was famously seen wearing the MAGA cap in the Oval Office with him. And then 4 years later, obviously, Kanye ran himself with much less success than Don, and it appears now he's kind of bringing back that friendship and calling for a favour from his older.
Kanye West has been involved in a lawsuit in connection to Diddy. Kanye West's personal assistant Lauren Pichette claims West drugged and raped her at a party in 2021. She says West pressured everyone to drink, and after a few sips of a drink he gave her, she became disoriented and lost control of her body. Pichette says she woke up the next day feeling physically ill and confused with a sense of immense shame. But unclear about what had happened, she later confronted West, who confessed to drugging her and her
OnlyFans model who's suing rap artist Kanye West now says that when she was working as his assistant, he took her to a party with Sean Diddy Combs where she was allegedly sexually assaulted. We're taking a look at the latest allegations in her court filings as pressure continues to mount against Combs and his associates. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. Now, back in June, we told you about a lawsuit filed by Lauren Pichette against rapper Kanye West, and she's suing him for wrongful termination and sexual harassment. But earlier this month, her legal team filed an amended complaint saying she was drugged and sexually assaulted at a party co-hosted by Kanye West and Sean Diddy Combs. Heard of him? Of course. We have been following the Combs case very closely here on Sidebar. He was actually back in court last Thursday as we reported. This is as prosecutors addressed the absolute mountain of evidence and discovery they need to go through during raids on his home back in March. Homeland Security investigators took away electronics and surveillance systems, which they say contained terabytes of information. They're working their way through it now to determine what is actually relevant to their case. And prosecutors in the Southern District of New York, they accused Combs of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. The core allegation that Combs used his power, his influence, his serious wealth to organize sex performances referred to as freak-offs. That's when he would allegedly bring in male sex workers who would have sex with people like Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura. People taking part in these, or essentially orgies, were reportedly supplied with alcohol and drugs to keep them compliant, threatened not to say anything. Now, Combs' attorneys have said that if these freak-offs really did take place, they were consensual, and Combs did nothing illegal. Well, now, going back to this lawsuit, Pishoda has come forward to say that Kanye West co-hosted a party with Sean Combs in Santa Monica, California that led to her assault. This incident allegedly happened before she worked for West as his assistant in 2021. She claims she was working with a, quote, musician client who is not identified in the court filing, when West sought them out to invite them to the music studio shindig. Now, Pishoda claims that West told everyone that they had to drink or leave the party. Now, after taking a few sips of her drink, Pishoda claims that she, quote, suddenly started to feel disoriented, began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state. Pishoda says that she doesn't remember anything else and woke up the next day feeling traumatized and disturbed. The amended complaint says that Pishoda was mostly concerned that maybe she had embarrassed herself in front of her then client, or maybe even Kanye West himself. Now, Pishoda reportedly believed that someone who helped prepare the drinks was responsible for drugging her. But years down the line, when West reportedly fired Pishoda from her job as his assistant, he allegedly confessed to her that they had, quote, hooked up at the party after she was drugged. So according to Pishoda, West was having an argument with his then-wife Kim Kardashian, who was accusing him of cheating on her with Pishoda. And Pishoda wanted to clear things up and suggested that she reach out to Kim to assure her that nothing had ever happened. But she claims West stopped her from sending the message saying, we did kind of hook up a little one time. She says he started to reminisce about that party years before, and when Pishoda said she didn't remember any of that, he reportedly laughed and said, women love to say they don't remember.
Kanye West has also made some pretty wild comments about his wife too. According to reports, Kanye allegedly told Pisot that he wanted to sleep with her mom and Bianca's mom while they watched. This isn't the first time that Kanye has gone famous for something like this. In another lawsuit filed by model Jennifer Ann, Kanye allegedly sexually assaulted her while telling her, wrote, "This is art. This is full art. I am like Picasso."
Agreed on a salary of $1 million a year, and according to Pishoda, she was required to be available to him 24/7. The filing states, quote, at all relevant times, defendant West was aware that plaintiff maintained a strong social media presence comprised of her Instagram and an OnlyFans account, the latter of which was run entirely by an independent management company, and he did not have any issue or objection to it. To the contrary, defendant Kanye West, aka, often boasted to friends and colleagues that plaintiff was an OnlyFans superstar. But that seemed to change, according to Pishoda, because she writes, much later, in and around August 2022, defendant West stated that he wanted plaintiff to be godlike and asked plaintiff to delete her OnlyFans account. Defendant West agreed to pay plaintiff $1 million if she did so. In further reliance upon defendant's representation, plaintiff deleted her OnlyFans account, thereby giving up the annual sums generated from such account. West never paid plaintiff as promised. And Pishoda alleges that West would describe sexual fantasies to her via text message. In fact, the filing includes screenshots of these explicit text messages and comments allegedly made by Kanye West. The document also states, West asked plaintiff to get him honey, which is a sexual enhancement and performance honey. Defendant required that plaintiff always have this on hand and available, and she had to deliver it to defendant in advance of defendant's sexual encounter. By the way, this is kind of similar to some of the allegations against Sean Combs, because remember, investigators who searched his property back in March said that they found hundreds and hundreds of bottles of baby oil and lubricant. There have also been allegations from people who worked closely with Sean Combs, like music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, that Combs would force his employees to carry around drugs and fanny packs so that they were always available to him. Combs is also accused of forcing his employees who set up the freak-offs, which included lighting, cameras, plus disturbing sex workers, drugs. Going back to Kanye West, though, West would allegedly share details with Pishoda about his latest sexual conquests, as well as ones that he had in the past, including the time she says that he claimed he had sex with an A-list celebrity and told her, the person wasn't named in the filing, but then he texted her, not sure why that thought came to me. Shoda also claims that West told his now wife, Bianca Censori, that he wanted to have sex with her mom while she watched. This was reportedly one of his kinks, that he wanted to have sex with the mothers of women that he was involved with.
J-Lo's connection to Diddy has again been brought up due to Kanye West. J-Lo is named as a material witness in one of the lawsuits being brought up against Diddy. According to this new lawsuit filed by victim Cardello Smith, J-Lo helped Diddy cover up his crimes. In his lawsuit, Cardello Smith claims that Diddy raped him in 1997 during a party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit, where Cardello was employed as a bartender. Cardello says that Diddy recorded the alleged sexual assault and J-Lo was given access to the footage. If J-Lo wanted to, she could have exposed Diddy, but she chose to stay quiet.
But going back to Cardello Smith's filing, his notice says that Jennifer Lynn Lopez, aka J-Lo, aka Jenny from the Block, quote, will be called as a material witness and expert to Sean Combs' viewing, possession, and distribution of his sexual assault upon the plaintiff in 1997, and the orders of defendant Sean Combs forcing Jennifer Lopez to remain silent about the videotaped sexual assault of plaintiff by defendant. Plaintiff states that the material witness Jennifer Lynn Lopez, also known as J-Lo and Jenny from the Block, was engaged in a relationship with the defendant Sean Combs during 1999 and 2001, and that the sexual assault of the plaintiff was recorded, distributed, and held by the defendant at his New York residence and recording studio. And during the relationship with Jennifer Lopez, she was made privy to this video that was taken by Sean Combs and his employee Kirk Burroughs. She, J-Lo, has known this video existed and was in existence and took no action to make it known to anyone in law enforcement, and that she was even questioned by New York Police Detective Derek Palmer about this matter, and that the report will show that her answers to this tape was and still remains a resounding yes to its existence. And again, Cardello Smith writes that he wants to call Officer Derek Palmer as a witness because he says Palmer is the one who questioned Lopez and believes that he will have testimony that could help his case. As I mentioned, Diddy's legal team has called for this entire case to be thrown out. Cardello Smith has filed a massive response to that request that totaled more than 200 pages. Probably half of it was just straight up copies of case law that seems to support his arguments, word for word. It's something out of like a legal textbook. There's so much to slog through, but I kind of want to give you some of the highlights. So first, in addition to the claims of rape and a cover-up, Cardello Smith also claims and alleges that Combs was violent towards his loved ones. At times, Cardello Smith addresses alleged threats against his family. Other times, he says Combs actually caused serious injuries to his brother. His response reads, defendant used threats of murder to force the plaintiff to not bring the case to any court of law enforcement until the homes of the defendant were raided by Homeland Security, that the plaintiff knew it was a safe time to bring the case, and that is why we are here at this juncture. And Cardello Smith argued that fear for his own safety and safety of his family is one of the main reasons that he waited so long to report the alleged rape, and says that that reason alone should override any issue with the statute of limitations, that these claims might otherwise be time-barred. And he also argues that while he's been in prison, fellow inmates and prison guards have threatened him on behalf of Sean Combs.
Former federal prosecutor Nama Rahmani says that fully expects other celebrities that were connected to Diddy to be sued in the coming weeks. Will Kanye be one of these celebrities? And did he really force Bianca to strip at the Grammys?
That's that. Now, as far as Jay-Z's concerned, this can really go one of two ways. This might be an isolated one-off case that he has to defend. Or potentially it could be a Me Too type situation where other victims come forward. Obviously, we saw that with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. So the coming days and weeks are really going to be telling. And Tony Busby says there's more than 100, maybe up to 300 victims he's representing. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of them also name Jay-Z.
And Nima, if such a high-profile name like Jay-Z has come out, could more celebrity names be tied to these lawsuits? What do you think we can expect?
No question. This may just be the first celebrity domino, and Jay-Z was unmasked as celebrity A, but let's not forget there's a celebrity B in that same lawsuit that allegedly witnessed the sexual assault, a female celebrity. And there was someone who went on CNN earlier this week and said that his sexual assault was witnessed by another celebrity as well. So I think we're going to see more celebrity names identified very soon.
All right, Nima Rani, thank you so much for joining us. As you said, this is one that has entered the court of public opinion. It's nice to have your actual legal advice on this.
Kanye West just set the internet on fire with his shocking defense of Diddy and his disturbing confessions from claiming he owns his wife to openly admitting he's hit women. Kanye's latest meltdown is raising serious concerns about Bianca Censori and their relationship, but the real question is, how deep does this go, with Kanye now being linked to Diddy's ongoing lawsuits and his disturbing past resurfacing? Is this just the beginning of a much bigger scandal? Let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Bye, dears.